Hello, Mzansi. Welcome to Game On, where we've said time and time again over the last few months, the football doesn't end, just the matches do. With so much to talk about, looking back and forward, either in Germany, in England, or right here in Mzansi. I am Sizu Mapena, proud to be in your company. And starting off the show, we are joined, of course, by Shane. Let's waste no time and get straight into it, Shane. Good to be in your company. Let's talk about some of the results, what they mean, and what it means for Liverpool with the most impressive, most recent result, the 2-1 win over West Ham.
Yeah, good to be here with you, Professor. Yeah,
good jokes.
It was a good game, So, end of the day, they got the result. Scored all 3 goals, but still got the result at the end of the day. But it was one of those games that just needed to grind the result out. You can see that they're not playing to their full ability at the moment. They're struggling a little bit, but it's all tiredness. It's been a long season. Pressure on from the beginning, so result is all that counts.
We've talked throughout the season as well about some of the senior players, the more influential players, and contracts. No one more important than Mo Salah, of course. The good news for Liverpool fans is that he's extended his stay at Anfield until 2027, especially after the season he's had. How great a piece of news was this for Liverpool fans, especially looking towards the end of the season and pushing on into next?
It's a very good point for Liverpool. It's a good thing that they have signed him. I don't think you'll see after 2 years. I'm going to make this prediction now already. I think he'll be there another year and then you'll move on. Business-wise, it's a very clever way to do things. At the end of the contract, he would have gone for free. So, Liverpool have got this thing in production where they only pay players a certain amount, and he's the highest earning player at the moment. So obviously, he got an increase. Whether it's going to be for another 2 years, I'm not too sure. We'll see. But it's good news. We need him for another season at least, do a transition. And Van Dijk. I think Van Dijk will stay as well.
We're very much in the finishing stretch of the season. Arsenal drop points, meaning the title race is just about over, depending on how Liverpool do in the coming week.
Yeah, it's just a couple of points now.
Matter of time.
It's a matter of time of when it's going to get done. Arsenal are concentrating more on Europe now. They have to. It's the only thing they can win this season again. We're saying this again because every year they look like they're going to push forward and win the league,
so
and they found Man City too good for 2 seasons, and now Liverpool too good. So, but it's a good result for Liverpool that they got in. They still going through Europe, so we'll see. But Arsenal concentrating on Europe rather than the league.
Newcastle now jump into the top 4. They've had 2 good runs, one in December that brought them into contention for the top 4 race coming into the last few months of the season, and of late 4 on the trot wins, and they're right back in the race for the top 4 again.
Momentum is at the right time for them. That's been a good thing. And even though they lost their manager, he was off ill in hospital for the weekend, they still got the job done. They got the momentum definitely going forward, and they look like a team that's going to be fighting out for their top 4. I think it's going to take a good team to beat them with the momentum they got at the moment. So top 4 position for them at least.
Considering where Ipswich are this season, and that's down towards the relegation struggle, were you surprised at Chelsea's stature in the 2-2 draw against Ipswich, especially at this time of the season?
No.
We've talked about the inconsistency, but cheapers.
I'm not surprised. I've been telling you about Chelsea all season long. They blow hot and cold. I'm not surprised. I must be very honest. I actually thought they'll get the result done because of where Ipswich are, but not a major surprise, put it that way.
And then City come back from behind impressively. It looked like the old City, didn't it? It felt like the old City where even if you put 2 past them, they can still come back with an avalanche of goals.
Yeah, they actually look good. I must be. And De Bruyne once again just showed his class, But City also one of those teams blowing hot and cold. But having said that, I think they've started to come right at the right time. They've worked out their problems, and even without Haaland, they're still winning games. Yeah,
well, they've got Everton waiting for them coming up over the weekend, and that's a tough game, especially considering the David Moyes Everton.
Yeah, I've got a draw written all over this one, so I can't see any other result but a draw.
Now, Aston Villa, Newcastle United is another game to look forward to, and we know Villa, on their day, they can rock just about anybody. Newcastle United have proven to be a side that just can't be ignored as well, amongst the many in England.
My one thing about Villa is, if you look at the results after they've been playing in Europe, I always go against them. And, with my momentum of Newcastle, I've got to go with Newcastle on this one, just because of that. Villa's, whenever they play in Europe during the week, that weekend, they always struggle. And I think it's going to happen again. And with the disappointment of going out, I think it's a Newcastle one.
Fulham 9th on the log, and they've actually had a loss, win, and a loss of late, but their wins have been against some big opponents. Chelsea are away at Craven Cottage, and we know how tough life can be at Craven Cottage. How do you see that game panning out?
Again, a draw. I think Fulham, if anything, Fulham will be on top, but I can't see Chelsea getting anything out but a draw. So I think a draw is in the cards, that one.
Ipswich struggling. They entertain Arsenal.
Can't have any other victory but Arsenal. Even if they rest players, Arsenal will be too good for them.
Nottingham Forest need a win. They need to stay in that top 4 race. Tough away game against, topsy-turvy Tottenham. Underperforming Tottenham this season.
A very underperforming Tottenham this year. I can't have Tottenham. I must be very honest with you. I don't like the way they're playing. I'm surprised they still got him as manager, to be very honest. So I'm very, very surprised he's still there. I can't have them. I've got to go Forest.
Now, I've saved the best for last. As a Liverpool fan, Leister away from home. And Leister have had their problems so far in this campaign. They're also in the relegation struggle. Is this where Liverpool wrap it up?
If you look at our results against Leister, we've always been on top. I can't see anything else but a Liverpool one.
So, in your opinion, and as far as the league race, is it done and dusted? The number 1 and 2 positions, do you think they sealed the season? It's all about number 3, 4, and the European places.
Well, 3, 4, and 5, and 5 could be the Champions League still, so more than likely will be. I think that's for those positions that we're looking for, 3 all the way down to 7.
It really is interesting. It's a lovely ending to the season, and just the quality that the English game has given us this campaign.
It's been a brilliant season, all in all. You look at all the teams, there's been surprises along the way. There's been teams that have been very consistent, teams inconsistent. Brilliant season, the best that you can have.
So, we've looked back, we've looked forward at what's happening out in England, and we say thank you very much to Shane McGregor. On the other side of this, we do have, Jadis Kosana to talk about the drama that's happening in the South African game, and my oh my, is the South African team not doing its bit in ensuring that it's as much of a talking point as football out in Germany and in England. We come back on the other side of this.